Listen, I need you to tell me the truth. If this makes you uncomfortable, I won't do it. More than anything, babe, you know you matter to me. And I know how kind of like banal and silly that sounds, but it means that your comfort means more to me than anything. I would never ask you to do anything that makes you uncomfortable. Well, yes, I know that, and I know that makes us both on one hand uncomfortable, but very comfortable, but that's not what we're talking about right now, and you know it. If you are uncomfortable with me meeting with Damian like this, I would understand that. You know I would. You're more important to me than anything. And if you looked at me and said, I don't like him being anywhere near our lives, I get that. No, I'm not asking you to ever meet with him. I would never ask that. I know your history with him, with his pack. I can't, in good conscience, ever ask that of you. I know. And I know between some therapy and, well, the stuff we do, you've, uh, you've gotten a lot better with it, and it's why I'm bringing this to you. I would never hide it from you, but I can't not bring it up and try to see if this is something that you're comfortable with me doing. Because I would never go behind your back. If you're not comfortable with me meeting with him, then I won't meet with him. I completely respect where your head's at. The man had his pack track you through the woods and try to kill you. I'm under no illusion about the things that have happened here. Yeah, and I know that he changed your brother too. Well, one of his pack did. Yeah, I know. And every fiber of my being wants me to just rip him apart limb from limb and be done with it, but something isn't sitting right. The old Damien, the one that was, let's say, before Tobin. God, it's weird to say before Tobin like it's a time period in our lives. I know, right? We had a very busy year last year. Can we maybe not have this much of a year next year? Like, can we have some calm? Yeah, I know. But anyway, before Tobin, Damien was the kind of guy who would have snuck up into the house, clubbed me, and dragged me out. I know because he did it to me. And he had every opportunity for a couple of weeks to do just that. He didn't. He didn't take any of the shots he could have had to get to me. He met with me heads up and very honestly. That's not the old Damien. And something about that gives me enough pause to say maybe something has changed. I don't know. I really, really don't know. And I want to keep my guard up. I want to keep you safe. I want to keep the pack safe. But I also can't deny that this is such a tempting opportunity that I want to take it. He is such a wealth of information on what the council is doing, on what his father is doing, on what it's like to be a pure blooded werewolf who actually enjoys being a werewolf. I have to tell you, that's tempting for me. I don't know. Lately, the other guy and I just seem to be more in sync. Transformations seem to be a little less painful. He's not yelling in my ear as much. He's more speaking. I don't know. We just seem more in tune, and I guess that makes me curious as to have I been shutting the wolf out too much lately? I don't know. Maybe I have. Maybe I've been fighting this too much. Maybe it's time to get right with the animal. Sorry, animal was a bad term there. Yeah, I heard it a little bit. You know what's funny? I can't wholly describe it to somebody without them being there to experience it. He doesn't really speak to me like, how you and I speak, but there's emotions, there's feelings, there's imprints that he puts on me. And yeah, I got a bad one for animal, so we're not going to say animal anymore. The other guy seems to work. No, he prefers the wolf, and I can't say that I blame him, so. Yeah, well, more and more, I'm trying to get to be good with him and come to terms with, well, what I am. Maybe hanging out with a pureblood who enjoys it will help with that. Yeah, you're right. Hanging out's a really bad term. I'm just talking with him. We're not friends. Don't worry. That's not happening. He's somebody I can get some information from. Maybe that's the best way to look at it. He's an asset, a resource. Kind of valuable one from time to time, but no, you'll never have to meet him. I give you my word on that. If you never want to see him face to face, you don't have to. That's entirely your decision. Same with your brother. He's not getting invited to pack meetings or anything like that. Yeah, as I say pack meetings, I start to hear it and I'm just constantly shocked that it doesn't sound more like a little kid's Cub Scout, Boy Scout, Girl Scout meeting, whatever you want to call it. I am not the den mother. That would be you, if anybody. It's certainly not me. No, I'd be the scout leader, the den leader, whatever that is called. You're the, pack mom, for lack of a better term. You have my word. He never sets foot in this house. You never have to see him. It's all on my end of the world. Okay. Listen, are you sure you're gonna be okay here for a bit? I'm gonna head out. I gotta go see Talia, and I wanna see Salem, and just, catch up with everybody. Yeah, the shop can be closed for a day. I don't really need to worry about it too much. I felt bad if I'm just taking the day. I didn't want to make the guys work, so I figured give them the day off as well. Yeah. Well, what can I say? I'm a sucker for equality in the workplace. Too often, I saw the other side of what that could be, and, officers and special treatment and all that, so I don't do that. Okay. I'm gonna get out of here for a little bit then. Okay? Yeah. Just text me if you need anything and I'll pick it up, or, I can pick you up and we can go out for dinner or something silly like that. Who knows? Okay. I love you. All right? I'll see you soon.
You know what I'm gonna say, right?
That you think buying a piece of property just outside of our territory and then putting a small place up on it would be a great idea. Because then we could have a place where we could meet and then return to with each turn.
Sure. That's exactly what I was gonna say, Caleb.
Okay. Then what were you going to say?
That you have to know how bad of an idea this is.
I don't know. I think buying a piece of property would be a great idea.
Caleb,
What?
I'm talking about the whole Damian thing. And I know you know that. What are you thinking meeting with him?
That he's a valuable piece of information and insight to the council and what's going on currently, as well as being ahead of any curveballs that his father wants to throw our way.
And, just for a second, did you consider that this might be exactly what Alistar wants? You, trusting his son and lowering your guard?
Okay, hold up. First of all, no one said that I trust him. I've met with him once or twice. Second of all, if everything I'm hearing is true, he may have actually changed.
Really? And you believe that?
Well, from what Chester's told me, and I know we both trust him, yeah, yeah, he has changed.
Chester is now your source of clandestine information?
Well, I wouldn't say clandestine, but he did hear some stuff.
What did he hear?
So he and his mate,
Did they make it official yet? Like, they're actually calling each other their mate?
oh, I have no idea. But, I mean, let's be completely fair. They're mates.
Oh, absolutely, but you know how Chester is with that stuff.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, sorry. Chester heard.
Oh, yeah, so Chester heard from the chef of his favorite restaurant, who happens to be a werewolf herself, that Damian has stopped the hunts and is forbidding any of his pack to attack people while they're changed. They're acting more like we do.
Wait, Chester heard this through a chef?
Yeah, apparently she was placed in Damian's pack, and she was at her first meeting recently, and she heard this from a few of the people there.
So Chester heard it from a chef, who heard it from someone else, who heard it from someone else.
Well, I mean, damn, when you say it like that.
It sounds like an unreliable game of telephone. Did Chester find out that his crush likes him back?
Listen, I get it. It's not the most reliable source of info, but considering what I've seen from Damian, and this new info, maybe something has changed in him.
I still don't like it.
Listen, I don't either. Believe me when I say that I don't. And if it were any other situation, I wouldn't trust the info this much. But my gut tells me that this is worth our time.
Listen, Caleb, you know I trust you. And I trust Chester, but it's not just the three of us now. With Salem, your mate's brother now in the pack, and the council telling us that new wolves will be joining us soon, we have to take into account that you, and by extension me, are responsible for a lot of people's safety. We need to make sure that everything we do keeps them safe.
You think I don't know that, Talia? This isn't my first rodeo as a CO. Listen, I've had to make these types of decisions before. Vetting intel is always a part of the job. It's not one that I particularly relish, but it's important enough that I never, ever make these decisions hastily.
That's all I wanted to hear. How's your mate taking all this?
Yeah, we spoke on it. I know he makes her nervous, and I completely understand as to why. Damien and his pack have done a lot of damage to her family, and I will never, ever put her in harm's way or in a situation that she's uncomfortable in. If she had told me that she didn't want me doing this, I would have shut it down right then and there.
Speaking of him, have you seen him yet?
Yeah, my next stop. I wanted to check in with you first and see how you were handling all of this.
Why me?
Talia, you're my second. If anything happens to me, or if I'm not around for whatever reason, you have to be able to make decisions in my absence. I always want to make sure you're ready to go at a moment's notice.
You know, I moved to Frosthaven to avoid all this werewolf drama shit, right?
You and me both. But sadly, our situation seems to not allow us to take that option.
How did our plans of Hermitage go so wrong?
Oh, easy. We both know far too many extroverts. You know Chester, and well, my mate seems hell bent on me not being a hermit.
That's our problem. We know people.
Yeah, foolish of us that.
So what now?
We carry on. For the first time in a while, we have nothing crazy on the horizon. Just a normal pack with normal lives. We try to fly low on the Council's radar. We try to not do anything too stupid during the turns, and hell, we start to figure out what life is.
Huh.
What?
It's weird. But ever since I was turned, I never really thought about life after. I just assumed that my life would be all werewolf all the time, and now.
Now it turns out that life isn't just being a werewolf. And it kind of scares the hell out of you, doesn't it?
Big time.
Don't worry. Scares the hell out of me, too. And I've been like this for years.
Great! So it'll take me years to figure this out.
Nah, you've got something to help you out now.
Which is.
A pack.
Is it weird that I don't hate the sound of that?
Nah, because I'm learning to love it.
I'll drink to that.